strokes, hospitalizations, championships, returns, Survivor Series, and that's just the beginning of this video that we're going to express and go in depth to give you the most exclusive, the most satisfying, the most gratifying right here on Sean. Remember to hype up the video, become a channel member today, donate below with a super thanks donation by using your credit card, because remember, without you, there is no Sean View. Let's get into all the pivotal updates without wasting any of your valuable time. Every detail that we know so far, we're going to bring to you right here and right now. Also, a WWE superstar has a stroke. Also, another WWE star says, "You'll probably never see me again." But let's talk about this big return and the plans and the strategizing. The WWE future of this superstar has been shrouded in controversy and confusion for months. But recent reports are finally painting a clearer picture, though not without plenty of questions still on the table. And believe me, we are willing and able to get right into this report. Back on August, because we have to go back here to get back to the update that's going on right now. We have to slide back for just a little bit. Back on August the 6th, PW Insider reported that Austin Theory had been quietly removed from WWE's internal active roster. Now, with no official announcement and no storyline exit, speculation immediately ran wild. Had he been released? Was he pink-slipped? Was this a creative limbo or something else entirely? At the time, Theory had vanished from television without a trace, despite having been one half of the rising A-Town Down Under tag team with Grayson Waller. The duo had built serious momentum, teasing a potential split and even prompting live crowds to chant, "Turn on Grayson." It felt like WWE was setting up either a huge babyface turn for Theory or a hard-hitting breakup angle. Then, nothing. Nothing at all. No bells or whistles. No answers. No plots. Nothing. No payoff, no explanation, no mention. In fact, Austin Theory's last in-ring appearance came on July the 14th at a WWE main event taping, which nobody really watches. After that, radio silence. But later that same day, Fightful Select reported a much-needed update. Austin Theory wasn't gone. He was injured. Theory is still part of WWE's roster, but he is now listed among injured talent alongside names like Zoe Stark and, at that time, Illinois Dragunov, who we all know is now the current reigning United States champion. WWE didn't publicly disclose the injury or its severity. A vague on-air mention of an injury was made in passing but never expanded on. That only added to the confusion for fans who had invested months watching the A-Town Down Under story develop. Meanwhile, Waller was quietly pivoted into a new direction, teaming up with the New Day on SmackDown, which really makes no sense. While Austin Theory remained completely absent from TV. Still, that didn't mean WWE was done with him, according to those that know, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, Ringside News, and other platforms. On October the 14th, and now here's a new update we're bringing you up to later today. Fightful Select dropped another major update. Despite not wrestling a Raw match in 5 months and only 5 televised main roster appearances all year, internal WWE sources confirmed that Austin Theory was at least considered for a role at the Survivor Series. Plans change in WWE all the time. I always tell you, it's always subject to change. But his name being in the mix means one thing. Austin Theory wasn't forgotten. But this is the next swerve here. This was before Seth Rollins went down with an injury. This was when Seth Rollins was the reigning World Heavyweight Champion. Well, none of that's happening right now because Seth Rollins is out and he's no longer the World Champion. That was said in the same breath about Austin Theory. But now, with Seth Rollins now out with an injury himself, creative plans for Survivor Series 2025 are reportedly being shuffled again, which could have opened up a spot for someone like Austin Theory. Maybe or maybe not. Early War Games team concept even featured him in a major heel faction known as The Vision, lined up alongside names like Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. That group was reportedly set to take on a super team of CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jacob Fatu, with Jimmy Uso or LA Knight as the 5th man. The idea of Theory joining The Vision was at least discussed, and he still has the internal support moving forward to reappear on TV in a significant manner. So this is going to go one of two ways. Austin Theory is going to return as a really good guy, a really big babyface, or a big heel to lead The Vision into the future. Now, what do you think? Should WWE bring Austin Theory back with a major return storyline, or did they miss their chance? Would you still be interested in a Grayson Waller feud or something totally different? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Again, guys, this is one of those things that leads to disaster. Absolute disaster. Also, breaking news coming in right now here on Sean's View Entertainment. We are receiving word on a WWE superstar who says, well, no, listen, this isn't just rumor or speculation or conjecture. It's none of those. This is actually confirmed from the individual, from the person, from the star themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this star confirms probably not going back to WWE after a chaotic final run with them. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and newsletters, Ronda Rousey is confirming what I just said. Ronda Rousey. Also, the blame game, the pointing of the finger, ladies and gentlemen, Tyrus blames CM Punk and The Undertaker for costing him his WrestleMania moment. We all know Tyrus as the former dancing Brodus Clay. And Brodus Clay has went on to do some big things for the news, headline, entertainment, TV. Great for him. But does anybody care about that? CM Punk, viewers, we got breaking news on the best in the world, CM Punk, at this stage, at this time, and at this hour. CM Punk has been advised to stop chasing titles and elevate young talent. Do you agree that should be what CM Punk does this time around? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on all of that. CM Punk has a battle ahead of him at Saturday night's main event thanks to Seth Rollins being stripped of the WWE World Heavyweight title due to injury. Punk will face Jey Uso for the vacant title in Salt Lake City. Punk had already won a number one contender match prior to that, and then Jey Uso clinched the other spot after winning a battle royal. This all puts Punk in quite a crossroads. There are many questions out there about how things should play out. Now, it is also being said that Punk is at a point in his career while titles shouldn't really be on the radar. Really, he should be getting the Breakers ready, the Bronsons ready. He should be getting the young guys, the Austin Theories, guys like that. I think that there's a point. Again, nothing against Phil. I love Phil. I love CM Punk. He gave me a match and a title match on Monday Night Raw when at the time none of the other top guys would. So I'm always thankful. He's always a good dude, but I also think there comes a point whether it's either whether it's the other guy's time. You can look at the future, the fundamentals, and who better to get somebody over than look at what Jericho was doing in AEW. How many guys did he make over there? So I think there comes a point where it's not about the titles anymore. Only time will tell what happens with CM Punk and Jey Uso's big World Heavyweight title run at Saturday night's main event. Some will likely be watching the rest of us, and we will see how this opinion plays out and really pans out. Some would say he has nothing left to prove, and he should be helping out the newer talent. I agree, but Punk is still a big name and a draw, and Triple H is still getting what he can out of CM Punk before he retires. Remember, viewers, CM Punk right now is arguably the most over guy in the company at this stage, which means it isn't time for him to step aside yet. Once those shares start fading and those merch sales start dropping, that means that it's time to take a step back. But again, CM Punk ain't got a lot of time left. CM Punk says he's got more retirement on his mind than he does his next match, his next outing, his next wrestling extraordinaire, whatever it may be. But viewers, fans, and subscribers, we have some sad and unfortunate news to report. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, remember to subscribe, click the bell, turn on all notifications. We are receiving word that a top star in the industry, a big name, a man that is known the world over, suffered not one, but 2 strokes, ladies and gentlemen, that landed him in the hospital, that landed him in an emergency, and it was definitely an emergency. Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear as if Abdullah the Butcher, the reason why he was hospitalized, the reason why he was in the ER, the reason why for this was he suffered not 1, but 2 strokes. Let's just hope that he can recover and get well sooner rather than later. And again, our thoughts and our prayers go out to Abdullah the Butcher, who definitely redefined the hardcore era. And speaking about the hardcore era that we saw during ECW, during the WWE Attitude Era, would you like to see the hardcore era return to World Wrestling Entertainment? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions on all of that. This is where I'm at. This is what I do, guys. When you hear it, when you see it, you know it's going to be notable and it's going to be formidable, because Sean's View Entertainment brings you up to speed. And that is going to be the need for the speed. Subscribe with plenty more to come, with everyone saying